I sneeze. Well, if I'm a doggo and I sneeze.
Wow. What's a good volume? Like that. Hey! Hello! How's everyone on this fine WouHou sort of day? You're very WouHou. That's good to hear. I'm excited one day to see the final fruits of X-Core's efforts to turn me into a anime dog girl. I was watching their stream yesterday. It was really fun. I don't normally watch streams, but I was really enjoying this one. I like artiste streams I watch. Anyway, that'll be fun for the future. Any thoughts on Unity? Yeah, dude, I saw that on my Twitter feed fucking everywhere. I was like, fuck me. I heard that, like, well, something happened in, like, 2020. Like, did the company get sold off or something? Was that when EA bought it? I saw that the CEO of Unity was the Unity CEO was also the EA CEO, and they were clearly just, like, they've forgotten about PC developers. And they're like, investors. We might see that coming to RuneScape soon. Because they're trying to sell off Jagex for a bill. And there's a investment company trying to buy it. So RuneScape might die as well. So fun year up ahead. Rip Unity. Yeah, really sad, because it's funny, right? Unity at some point was like it's like flipped back and forth, right? They went public trade. Oh yeah, again. At some point Unity was like the one you had to pay for, and Unreal was mostly free. And then they kind of flipped where Unreal had a bit more of a payment model, or a heavier payment model than Unity, and Unity was like the free-ish one. And now it's flipped again, where Unreal is the one you want to use if you want to not go bankrupt. People are like, hey, how can we squeeze as much money out of this as possible before it gets collapsed into an ether? I guess everyone's just going to switch to like Godot and Unreal, right? Good for Godot stocks, though. Or Godot, or whatever. What is Godot, by the way? Do you write stuff in Rust or something? I used to think it was drag and drop like GameMaker, but I don't think that's actually the case, is it? Oh, I didn't realise GameMaker had a yearly fee either. I remember buying GameMaker, the original license. It was not expensive. I could buy it as like a teenager, after years of using the free version. It was so good. Godot has their own scripting language and some C#. Sick. Okay, anyway, welcome back. I'm here. It's about to play a copyrighted Okayu song. I might own this on CD. Twitch doesn't mind if we listen to some Okayu. Is the volume alright? It's probably fun. Anyway, yesterday while I was watching X's stream, I fixed up the stuff that was broken from last stream. I haven't fully tested it, but you know, if we sit here, if we get hit, lives out. If we get hit, lives out. Hit. Go to the name entry screen. Got to fix this, apparently. Oops. Hi. Save and quit. Obviously, doesn't actually do anything yet, but you can, like, the menus work, and you can't go back from here. So you know, I've got some basic navigation working, and you can't go back. Like back, right? But you can go back from here. I don't know. I'm trying to make it somewhat sensible. You don't use it personally, but you're happy it's getting some recognition. Cause it's, yeah, the free, the open source bit's the important bit. Free is one thing, but Unity is not open source, right? It's got some proprietary stuff, because people were wondering how they were going to track installs. That makes me think there's some black box that you have to install. Unreal is like fully, it's not, maybe not open source, but you can fully read the source. I don't know what that's called. It's not open source, but it's, maybe it is open source? What is Unreal Engine? Because I had to rebuild the Unreal Engine for my uni project, remember? I had to like download the source, fix a bug, recompile the whole thing. That was a fucking adventure. Anyway, yeah, so you can see the game's running fine. The menus all work. My first... Okay, let's tackle the easy fry first. When you die and it sends you to the name entry, it shouldn't still have all the other crap on the screen. So let's quickly fix that. I think it's culling system. So here, I added this game over function. Here we go. So just to keep some of you up to date, because I did like a lot of work yesterday. It wasn't just fixing. Whether or not it's the right way to do it, but I did some refactoring and added some funky functions. So in the navigation system, I'm trying to make it work the way I want to use it. So I have the normal push function here, where you add something to the stack. I also have the reset function that basically replaces the stack with the new menu, which is really handy. If I'm sending the user back to the main menu, I want that to be the top of the route, and it seems to work quite nice, as we've seen from here. Like, little minor function, but it's helpful. Very useful. You know, when you pause and continue the game, for example. That's just some other little bits here and there. You'll see it as we go through it. We do a little clean up here quickly. Alright. Unreal is open source in some sense, but it's not free. Yeah, it's open source, but not free. It's not license free. Or it's open source with a specific license, maybe. It's a very generous license. I think they have adopted the Photoshop model where they want to get students hooked on it before they work at a company, so the company will be encouraged to use that software, and that's where they make the real money. Which I think is a great model. I really like that. Companies have a lot of money and individuals don't. It's essentially like the modern mobile game microtransaction model where the whales are the companies and the normal 98% of players are the 98% of people. Companies are basically just whales anyway. A little bit less oppressive. Anyway, let's try and fix this thing. So when the game overs, here we go. It still has all the players. It still has all the entities. So we should clear the registry at this point, I think, and that should solve that basically. Just I'm using clear as like clear. Most of the entities in the registry are gameplay related anyway, so clearing this on game over should fix that. After this, we can try and see if we can fix the bug with turning on and off the debug menu. And by bug, I mean we need to make a function to allow us to add systems to the current system. Hi, Rob. We need to have a function to add systems to the current system without it breaking. Which shouldn't be too hard, hopefully. But you see here... Oh, it won't actually do anything. Hang on, let's die first. This should work the way we want. Again, like, is the volume and everything okay? Alright, perfect. That works as expected. Cool. So, how do I want to do this? Is it update tick display, right? The order? Ideally, if we want something to be added to the systems, we want to have it happen before anything else. We don't want it to happen in the middle of any calls, but that's fine. We're not doing any multi-threading, so that does make me wonder why this didn't work. Because this is how we switch systems, right? We do current systems equals next systems. This happens at the first thing of update. Maybe one possibility is to ditch the idea of pre-creating all the different state vectors and point a span at the current one. Instead of that, you'd have two vectors, a current one and a next one. Yeah, like a buffer. Yeah, I'm trying to think of anything that would be wrong with that. Because right now when we set up systems, we also create some objects. Because really, right, this setup play systems, setup pause systems, whatever. I think at some point this was also loading. What? Okay, I should reword it. I think some of these systems load stuff from disk. So just stick with me for a second. If I were to just in place replace, you know, just make play systems the only system, for example, or next current system, whatever. Every time I pause the game, it would have to run this function to replace, or some similar function to replace the systems with the pause ones. I'm wondering if it would have to reload all the stuff for like menus and background and all of that. I guess the way to work around it is to store those separately, but then that's what we're already doing. Or to load stuff at launch using, you had like a file system or something in the Well, you had something like that in the demo, right? Maybe I should be using something like that. If I'm not already, oh, I am already. So maybe this doesn't do that. If this function's lightweight, I suppose it's fine. That's true, it might increase disk usage a bit and make it so hard to switch menus, but on the other hand, you'll get fewer unused files loaded into memory. What I don't want is for the user to want to pause the game and for there to be a significant hitch when the game pauses, because it has to reload all the assets you already see on the screen. Okay, so what I could also do, I'm not going to implement this, but just stick with me for a second. I could say that each system is like a set of states, or flags, or whatever. So, you know, let's just say that these are all the possible systems. Maybe the pause system has this one, this one, this one, this one. Maybe gameplay system has these two, but not this one. Maybe I could store all the systems like this, and then just do like a or and or whatever the fucking Boolean logic would be for this, or the binary logic, and then end up with a list of things I need to remove from the system, a list of things I need to add. And that way, if something is shared between the two systems, I could leave it. So instead of running clear, I run remove on what's no longer needed, and then in place back on what is now needed. But that seems a little bit of a headache. Plus, ratio, you fell off, etc. Let me just think of what's wrong with the current system. And how it's... You forgot the pause system has copies of all the things. It's a bit wild. Oh, hey, Lemons. Can't stay long, just checking in. Oh, nice to see you. Yeah, it's mostly the pause screen thing. The pause screen state has copies of all the systems in the gameplay state and their assets, which is a bit wild. It might be better just to switch to using standard share pointer. You might be right. It is, like, a little hacky somewhat. Is it? Yeah, kinda. Well, like, the entities are already shared, so it's mostly just, like, assets, right? The assets is the bad bit. Like right now the game is loading the player sprite twice, one for the play system and one for the pause system, which is seems like something I should optimize away. If for whatever reason I want to load gigabyte texture for some reason, I don't need that to suddenly become 2 gigs. Alright, not to sound... The alternatives are showing the systems or showing the assets. Using shared pointers for assets is also quite common. How silly is it? Because I have a limited number of systems, right? Maybe you know where I'm going with this. Well, I have a somewhat limited number of systems. Is it silly to just instantiate all of them at game launch, store them in game, and add and remove the pointers as necessary to the span? So like they're always there and they're shared between anything that uses it, and it's just the pointers that get shuffled around whenever you switch systems. Most game engines have an asset manager that's just a map from file name to shared pointer or whatever asset type. How does shared pointer work? Do you just... Sorry, do you create... Is the object itself a shared pointer, or is the object held there in value and you create a shared pointer to it, and then you can store that shared pointer twice? Or you store the shared you store the shared pointer and then... How does it work? Have I used shared pointer? No, I haven't used it before. It's like unique pointer but reference counted, so you can make copies that all point to the same object. So the thing with unique pointer was that you could only move it and you couldn't copy it. Hey, Lich. Oh fuck, I did do update on the game, right? Yeah. But it's like that, but with copy, reference, kind of. Whichever pointer gets destroyed last gets to destroy the object. Okay. So let me think then. How simple is that for me to write into the current system? Because right now we do this. When we're creating a system, we do it at game launch, and we instantiate the systems here. We make them unique pointers, or we make them unique, and we shove them in the system. If I were to want to rework this, would I make it so pause systems and play systems, instead of being a vector of unique pointers, hang on a second. Shared assets. Okay, Donut, here's another thought. I mean, this isn't another thought, this is the first thought. If I were to just have the vector of unique of shared pointer, however you might spell it, I fill up this vector with every possible system. No, that's stupid. I was gonna say, and then when I want to switch to pause, for example, I say next systems.clear, next systems.add, blah 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 blah. That sounds kind of ass. I don't like that. You got a premium rosin for your Gurdy and it worked wonders. You got a what? I got a premium rosin for my Gurdy. What does this mean? No, concretely, you probably keep whichever systems you want to share as standalone members of game, so you can add them. Yeah, because I was going to say, we could make this into like a hash or like a set or something, so we could get them at order 1, but I guess functionally that's not that different, because I'm not passing them around, right? I might as well just have, like, I don't know, 20, Can I have a system manager? I know game technically is the system manager right now, but could game have a system manager that holds every system as a member variable, and you only have one? You can, but it seems unnecessarily complex. Well, I was thinking in mind of how we were clearing up the files, right, and how game's a little chunky now. If I were to add, you know, system, we can move these out of the way. I think we'd be adding, like, these? If I were to have all of these as member variables, do you not think this is a bit chunky? For assets, it makes a lot of sense because you're probably going to have a lot. Is it... I have a mental image in my head, right, of a C++ file with every single asset in the game. And it's just like a 500-line long file that's just like just a list of every asset. Is that a thing you do? Just like a bunch of member variables holding onto every asset as needed. I mean, I guess I could have like loading, you know, only load what's necessary for the level. Maybe when you start up the level, you say what assets are going to be needed or something. Imagine makes sense for assets, not the other way around. Wait, what do you mean not the other way around? Sorry, sure, you're saying that it's a bit complicated for me to do this, but I'm just thinking, like, I'm gonna have like, all of this. Because these all need to be instantiated as well, right? Just forgive me for a second. Okay, I don't know how this program works. I just want to go to the right-hand side of every line, but the normal shortcuts for text editors don't work. I just want them all to be blue. These all need to exist and be instantiated. Is this not going to start getting thick? And then if I add more and more and more and more and more systems, maybe this is like a fifth of all the systems I ever had, and it ends up looking like this. Should I not have like a systems manager that holds onto these vars? Because they're all going to be instantiated too. Does it make sense for game to have to hold on to all this shit? How do I go to the end of a line in this program? That works. Hang on, I thought there was a way to do this. Kebab case? That was new. Okay, not quite what I wanted, but sure, why not? Well, if you have a manager for the managers, dude, and then I'll have a company. For assets, having a manager with runtime keyed map makes sense because you're likely to have a lot of assets and also want to add more at runtime. Whereas systems are probably static and compile time. Okay, we're thinking about this slightly differently. Like, the end product's the same, where it's just like a repository of these objects. I was thinking more in like a terms of... scope's not the right word, but just... cleanliness, legibility. This file's gonna get bigger and bigger and bigger, and I feel like anything I can pull out of it, the better. Why is this called Cock and Balls 2? What is Cock and Balls 2? Viewport? Viewport? Just call you VP. That's fine. In case you weren't clear, what you said about having systems as member managers was only a concrete example of how it would look if you did it that way. I tried to suggest that you probably don't even need to use shared pointers in the first place. Sorry. Let me reread your comment. I like this tune. Rosin is the stuff you put on your violin bow to make a good sound. The hurdy-gurdy, the wheel, is the bow. Right. Honestly, I'm starting to think shared assets is a better long-term solution than shared systems. Maybe the sentence just doesn't pass in my head. I don't know how to read the sentence you wrote. Shared assets is a better long-term solution than shared systems. Is this not two different... Oh, you can compete... You can keep the unique pointer design for systems, but do shared pointer for assets. Okay. I'm trying to remember how assets are being stored right now. I'm thinking... Okay, let me continue to think. Let's let's think about the first issue. Right now, the systems are being duplicated. So, yeah, it includes the assets, but like, is that necessary? In some sense, it's nice that every system is its own state, because it means that the pause menu could, you know, the pause system or the main menu system or the game system could be independent of one another. Like right now, let's say you navigate through the main menu to a submenu to a submenu to a submenu, and that launches the demo. If you quit the demo, it would be nice if you'd go back to where you just were, which currently is very easy, because you just set the system back to the menu system. If we instead just have one set of systems, one menu system that everything shares, and then we have to like recreate that every time you switch systems, then I mean, I guess we could make exceptions for some systems to be unique. Right now, all your assets are just member variables of each system that needs them. What you can instead have is a standard shared pointer of texture, which is shared between all systems that need the asset. Yeah, I get that. That's a good call. I agree. If I were to implement that now, it would do what it's already doing and load everything at launch. So I guess I'd just have for now, the game's small enough that loading everything into memory at launch is fine, but I guess if it's if at some point the game gets too large somehow, I could have staggered loading. Like if I really wanted to optimize, I could unload anything that's not needed at certain points. Like if I had a really if you solve the problem, having multiple copies of the system isn't really an issue. Yeah, that's true. I kind of don't really like how I'm currently copying the systems around. It feels a little error prone. I've already had a few times where I've had an error where I've added a new system and I've accidentally put it in the wrong vector, but that's a skill issue, I guess. Okay, let's say I implement the asset manager, which I should. What I wanted to do was solve the issue where I currently can't add anything to the system mid-run. I can't currently modify the system's vector. I want to solve that first, and then we can do the asset manager afterwards. To summarize, you think the ideal solution is 1. Switch to 2 vectors instead of preloading. Sorry, what? Hang on, but that contradicts what you said 1 minute before. You think the ideal solution is switching to using 2 vectors instead of preloading all vectors and having a span. 2, implementing an asset manager. I get the asset manager thing, but the message before that, you say having multiple copies of system isn't a problem. And then you say have 2 vectors, which I'm guessing you mean next systems and current systems. Right? Which incurs all the things I was just talking about. Even just the 2 copies would otherwise be a problem. Sorry, I don't know what you mean. Even just those 2 copies would otherwise be a problem. Not to mention, you're probably going to end up having different systems on to share. No, I'm with you on the asset thing. Don't worry, I'm with you on the asset thing. Ignore the asset thing. I'll just pass around a reference to like the asset manager or something. Don't worry about that. I mean, right now we have this setup. Not this setup. Well, technically this is part of the thing. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, I guess it's in here. No, I got rid of it. Hang on, I deleted it. I think we're not on the same. We're not having the same conversation right now. I think. I think we're not on the same track here. We're comparing this against other possible solutions where you switch to standard shared pointers. Let's not... Okay, let's just drop all of this. We're not making comparisons or anything. Okay. That's a little sassy. This is what I'm going to do. Okay? I'm gonna make a asset manager, whatever, who cares? And for now, it's just gonna have every asset the game loads, all the textures and shit. It's just gonna be member variables, it's just gonna be stored there. Comfy, okay? Easy. Game will make that and hold on to it as a member variable, and I'll pass it into the systems that need it. So assets are shared everywhere, or everyone's happy. For now, I'm gonna leave the like play, pause, main menu systems things as is, and then we'll just see how we're feeling. I want to try and solve the issue where you can't modify these. So whether I have 1 or 5 or whatever, I'd still like to be able to modify this. I thought you wanted to have a map for ease of use. Whatever, you get the point. For assets, doing that makes sense. Hang on a second. Can I make the systems into a map? So instead of being a standard vector, could it be a map? So I could say, like, get, you know, fucking physics system, delete physics system, or add physics system. That seems fine, right? I know there's a bit of a memory hit for using a map instead of a vector, but it's such a small thing. That's what you're trying to do this whole time, and I tried convincing you it's not a good idea compared to doing that but with assets. You see, remember earlier when I said we're not on the same track, and then you disagreed and said that we are on the same track? What the fuck is this? Alright, Uemama, sure. We went from Blue Archive, constant moderato piano. Alright, this slaps. I'm not gonna think about the implications, but the song does slap. It's good, I don't speak Japanese. That's what you were trying to do. No, we're not on the same track then. You misunderstood. But, look, let me just... I'll work for now, and then we can see how we're thinking. Listen to the songs, right? Have a chill. Let's create this asset manager somewhere. We already have animation repository after all. How many views does this have? This came out like yesterday. You are going to be a fucking... What did we call it? Asset repository. I'm just going to call it asset repository to maintain it. Asset repository. Dude, this song's going to get me into trouble. It does slap though. Asset repository. You don't know you need a whole class for it. It could just be a bunch of... You don't know you need a whole class for the asset manager. It could just be a bunch of things. What? Do you not have to put stuff in classes? Isn't it usually a good idea to pop stuff in classes? Ooey beam. It could be a bunch of standard unordered maps, string... Wait, what? Why would I have an Wait, hang on a second. It could be a bunch of standard unordered maps. Would I just have it floating in the namespace, and if you're including... If your class just has a single member variable and provides the same interface, I don't see the point of it. Sorry, if something's not in a class, where is it? Just floating around in the namespace. What's the implications of... Oh, it's a member variable in game. Oh, right. Well, I was talking, and I keep talking about it, and I don't know why you're glossing over this. I keep talking about how game is getting massive, and I didn't want it to just... Dude, this song's fucking ruining my brain. I was trying to avoid having game be a mix of logic and also 500 lines of loading textures. What's wrong with putting it in a different file? That's what I do in any other programming project. It's what you normally do. Dude, the baseline's so good. Sure, but adding a single member variable of a built-in type. Adding a single member variable of a built-in type is no more code than Sorry, am I misunderstanding how this works? Or are you misunderstanding me? 'Cause, look, okay, right now, we only have like... Okay, sorry. This is very frustrating to me. Like, some image equals some image. I'm gonna have this like 1,000 times, right? Wherever it might happen to be, this code needs to go somewhere. Why the fuck would I put this in the same file as everything else? I'm talking about just putting it in a file that I don't have to look at so often. This has to go somewhere. Why would I put this in game where I have to constantly scroll past it? I feel like you're not listening to me. I'm trying to... You won't need to manually list all the assets. How? How is it gonna know? Or is your idea that I just, if I need to reference it in code, I just have to make sure I don't understand. Just load on demand. What? So there isn't going to be a central repository of every asset. Everyone still is to... Alright, I have another thought then. Right now, when we load the atlas, right? Right now we're loading this. We even have a function for it. This could be in... Again, I don't know why I wouldn't put this in its own class, but whatever. I can bulk game out. Don't really like it. But this could be in whatever is holding the repository. And maybe when you want to... No, that's stupid. I was going to say maybe when you want to fetch a texture or something, you query game, it tries to get it from the map. If it's not in the map, it loads it into the map and then passes it in. And then maybe I could have like a flush or like a cache clear command if like RAM usage is getting a bit high. Or at the end of levels or something, I could flush it so it loads all the assets again. I wonder. How's this currently being saved in here? It's being stored as a character animation. Oh, are you posting stuff on Discord? Or are you posting it in here? Oh, you posted it on Discord. Alright, I see. So, I'm guessing this is in game, right? You've defined a standard unordered map of string and a shared pointer to a texture called textures. Cool. String here just being some like tag or being the literal file name? I'm guessing the literal file name for convenience's sake. The file path. That's file path, sorry. Although I definitely feel like it could just be the file name and it could create this, but whatever. Yeah, actually file path because this. Yeah, whatever, just file path. Standard shared pointer. Load texture. Try to add it. Can I ask why this needs to be a shared pointer? Load texture. When is texture being loaded in this context? Is it being loaded once when the system is instantiated, or is it being loaded in runtime every single time the texture needs to be used? Why would it need to be a shared pointer and not just a pointer? The program's single-threaded. If I needed to grab something from a map, it's loaded the first time it's requested and then cached. Hang on. How does it load it here? How does this work? This doesn't have anything to... It's shared because then you can do a cleanup pass sometimes, like with switching systems, where you remove everything that isn't in use. Sorry, I'm still not getting you. What does that have to... Surely if I want to remove everything, I don't want it to be shared. Or is it shared because you'd remove anything that's not being... I don't understand, dude. I thought... You need to know which pointers are in use. So is it being used in this case just to see which pointers are in use or not? And normal pointers don't tell you that? Is it only... Because you mentioned earlier in the stream that shared pointers have a reference count, or whatever the... It might be reference count is the word. The normal pointers not have... You don't know if they're... What do you mean in use? With a regular pointer, there's no way of knowing how many pointers are pointing to a particular address. Alright, so it's not shared in the sense that, like... If you had, I don't know, some multi-threaded application, and you wanted multiple different systems to all point at one object, it would help manage that. This is something completely separate. It's shared in the sense of shared ownership. As long as one shared pointer is alive, it isn't deleted. I understand. Yeah, you mentioned that, you mentioned the last owner, or the last owner of the pointer is the one that handles its lifespan. So if like 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 different objects are using that shared pointer, then it doesn't matter if you add or remove more, but that final one, if you remove it, the object gets deleted. Is that the case? And I'm guessing here I can keep it shared. So say I have like the player sprite. Right, I have the player sprite. We've stored that in this. We have the play system point at it, and we have the pause system point at it. So let's say we're going with the current methodology of having multiple systems. Play system points at it, pause system points at it. If I were to kill the pause system for whatever reason, it wouldn't unload the player texture. If I were to kill both the play and the pause systems, it would unload the player texture. If they're both running, which will be most of the time, they are both point to the exact same texture, so it's only been loaded that one time. And this caching that you're mentioning, that's just handled automatically by the fact that you're using a shared pointer. So I should post his code on screen. I'm guessing you'd probably chuck it in game, right? Let's pop it under here. This is what Donut's pointed at. Hello, Android. All of them should point to one resource, and once they're all stopped pointing, it gets automatically unloaded. That is helpful. With this design, they won't be deleted automatically because we're always keeping at least one reference in the cache. You can do a manual cleanup pass. Well, yeah, like if they're on like game over, for example, when we're already clearing all things, or game launch, or if we hit some memory limit somehow, we could force it maybe. I guess it's handy to have. Yo, Fallout New Vegas Turbo. I actually kind of want to. No, I don't want to play it. I'm lying. Last year. I kind of wanted to play Fallout 3, but then I didn't anymore. I mean, I don't know. I haven't followed any Starfield content. I know people like it. I've heard the boys complaining about having to carry stuff, so they're all using cheats. Don't tell anyone I told you this. But they're all using like God mode to carry infinite items or whatever. It's just Tommy. Oh fuck! Why did you have to show up just now? Tommy, you're not Turbo Banner, are you? Everyone cheats in Bethesda games. You've not had a real experience unless you've walked through the floor in Fallout 3 or shot someone in Fallout New Vegas and they're like, Ragdoll has T-posed in front of you. Yeah, Donut. That's the other thing is, I was just gonna pass in the asset manager in and around. Not everything needs to. But then the other thing is like, I don't know, a lot of classes do need access to game. When I was talking about an asset manager class, by the way, I had a mental image of where is it? Oh god, this mosquito bite my hands. I still want to tear the flesh off my hand. Sorry if that freaks any of you out. I'm like really allergic to mosquitoes, and it's my hand is like huge. It's really painful. I don't have any antihistamines. I've had this for a few days now, and it's not going. It's like burns. I've been gnawing it off. I have been, but there's no mark. Sorry, I won't talk about that. I forgot about it until just now. I've been like Zen Buddhist monk about it. I've been ignoring it, but I couldn't ignore it anymore. I just had to freak everyone out. Anyway, when I was thinking about an asset, do I have it somewhere? This? I was thinking of just having like this somewhere. Like just some class that holds on to all of these. Somewhere. I don't really like that you had to memorize all the file names. I feel like it'll get really tedious. But maybe that's just an element of this. Whatever. Let's just... Oh, do not delete that. Let's just implement whatever you've done. I don't know. I can't be arsed. Yeah, that's not what you meant. Yeah. How are you, Tommy, by the way? An unordered map would be good for that. Oh yeah, like it. Sure, it could be like held in whatever object you want, but my thought is that I'm gonna have like 600 lines of these things being loaded somewhere. Did you see in the group chat the photo of the man walking goat and fox? The what? No, hang on. Let me look at my phone. Tommy, did you see my VTuber persona that X has been drawing? What have you posted? I'm seeing a lot of pictures. Oh, cute goat. What is that? There's a guy with a goat. Man walking his goat. Dude, that reminds me of in London we once came across a fox. I didn't think have foxes like that. In London, or Australia, I forget which. One of them, there was a person who just had a parrot on their shoulder. They were just walking their parrot. They just had the parrot on their. It's just out there in the wild. I didn't know people actually did that. I'm amazed at how the parrot understands the concept of humanity and remaining with your owner through thick and thin, and it's probably not because she was holding loads of food. Parrots and ferrets. But like without anything to stop the parrot flying. Shit, the parrot was like flying around and then just coming back. I was having a good time. You can do it via pile path or just read it for whatever. You said earlier most engines have something like an asset manager design, where the general idea is to achieve deduplication while avoiding hard coding asset names. You train parrots in your garden under a net. Ah. Because they can be quite smart, right? As a social animal, they have quite a high skill ceiling for learning social skills. And if they think you're... For a bird, they're geniuses. Oh yeah. I don't like the whole bird brain thing, because a lot of birds are way smarter than people give them credit for. They've had a very long time to sort things out. Like corvids, dude. People really just shit on corvids like that. I swear the crow in Japan on top of Mount whatever that tried to kill me with a tree branch was laughing at me. He saw that I went, oh shit, and then like stood on a nearby fence, stared at me and like opened his beak and was laughing, I swear. Most birds can be trained to do rapport, which is really all you need. Yeah, unless you have one of those parrots. Not most parrots, one of those messenger pigeons. Actually, isn't that exactly how they work, right? The messenger pigeon's a one-way thing. You take it away from your home, and then you release it with a return message. As for how you get the messenger pigeon there in the first place, I guess you shove it on a train or something, which is kind of funny. Maybe you just have like 50 messenger parrots on either side and you occasionally, send them back. You can fly back to their roost. Messenger parrot. Messenger pigeon. You know what I'm trying to say. Sorry. We're coding, aren't we? Alright, anyway. Let's shove some of this stuff in header. You can tell I didn't write it because it has C_stir and no discard on it. I feel like I've said that before. Hey, obnoxious. To explain it a bit, try and place takes the key as the first argument and the rest of the arguments are forwarded to the constructor. Why C-stir, sorry? Can you explain what C-stir is? Is that as in, like, it's a string in the sense of it's an array of characters? Is that just how the file system prefers it? Yes. How is standard string implemented? Does it just have a little bit more fluff associated with it? It gets a const char pointer to the underlying string data. And that's just preferred. Is it more lightweight or what? Oh, sad song. It wraps a C-stir with helper stuff. And some optimizations for small strings. Yeah, because some tiny, teeny, tiny small strings, like 2 character long, are like a massive waste of time, space if you're storing that as a whole byte, whatever. Maybe? Or is it... doesn't help with that, maybe. You can store that on the stack versus the heap. Dude, I love it when I can store my clothes on the stack versus the heap. It's so much more neat. We've had no more house luck, by the way. We still haven't found a flat. One day. Alright, let's move on. None of this relates at all to the issue I started the stream by saying I wanted to solve it, but I guess that's just how this shit goes, huh? Let's try and just make things easy for now. And let's just pass game around. Sure. Actually, no, I've got to ask more. Is the texture the most expensive thing here? Is like... what's an example? Is it not like actor system? I thought this is where it would be. Where's the character? It's not in the HUD, is it? Debug overlay? Render actor? Where the hell is the player getting rendered? Where's the player? Animation? I don't understand. Some of the functions in your file system library you're using takes a const char, which is required to be null terminated, so it can't use a string view, but you want it to be more general. Right. You sent me an example on Discord. Fuck me. It's like having ChatGPT, except he's Swedish. I think. Fix the problem you mentioned earlier. So let's have a look. These are the same, I'm guessing. How... Oh, is this just a null check? So it tries to grab it. If it's not there, it adds it. Otherwise it is. Sorry, this didn't work in line. What was the problem you mentioned earlier? So this doesn't just do... This is what I thought you were going to originally send me, where it like checks if it's in the set or not, and then returns it. Since what's actually being stored is a shared pointer and not the object itself, the code won't work. You'll need to make... Oh, okay. Wait, where did you write that? Oh, under Hello WouHou. Sorry, I missed that. Okay, sure. Seems good. Fine. Let's leave that. Let me try and work out how I want to be using this now then. Where is the template factory? Template factory? Hey, Waste. I feel like I could probably shove most of this stuff in template factory. Forgot about templates. Alright, can I not also just cache this shit as well? We have this solo animation, character animation, etc, etc. Should this stuff not be cached? You could consider animations an asset too. How heavy is an animation object? It's not that heavy, right? It's mostly just a pointer to a texture, isn't it? And then like a couple of random integers chucked in. some ints and floats, a couple numbers. You know how it is. I have coffee. Alright, thank you, water. I'm just thinking if I... How does this currently work? Does character animation need to own... This is kind of hard to read. I'm feeling like right now, if you accidentally load this animation multiple times, it could cause a problem. Yeah. I'm just thinking right now, does it not store a copy of the texture? Like it loads the texture and then pulls out the bits it needs. Oh, thank you, Waste. Can you hear that? Do notifications make a sound? Or has that been broken for a while? Yes. Okay, cool. Okay. It's quieter than music. I can make it louder. Could one of you sub again? I've doubled the... Well, I've gone from -15 to -7, which is... Should be 7-fold, right? If it's actually decibels, but... Monkey Brain doesn't actually hear 70 times louder as 70 times louder, whatever. You know what I mean. Like 1 decibel to 2 decibels meant to be, I thought, 10 times the volume or something. Can you test this notification? Hey, that works, dude. Is it logarithmic? Whatever. But yeah, and it's funny, your monkey brain won't perceive that big of a difference between like 50 decibels and 70, even though it's like insane amount more energy. Stupid monkey brain. Which is why it's so easy to burst your ears. Sorry, it's one of those streams, I guess. I'm just thinking I should be, maybe even Animation Repository is already called Animation Repository. You already use a big shared sprite atlas. The only thing you have to worry about is loading the same animation multiple times. Yeah, but I mean, all of this shit is copied between systems, is it not? Hang on, how's this used? I actually don't remember how Animation Repository is used. Maybe there's just the one. Hang on, maybe we've already done the thing we're talking about. I might be stupid. It's game-wide. I think you're right. Hang on, maybe we aren't duplicating anything. Well, we're duplicating non-animations, actually. I think. I think, like, the background for the menu is duplicated, for example. But, like, right now, the Animation Repository stores all this shit. Or anyway, what are we doing? Hang on. Why would we be loading the same animation multiple times? What are we fighting over? What am I doing? You never said it was a problem. What am I doing? Does the Animation Repository... I guess I might as well make a reference to them. But I'm just, like, where... Who's using the stuff we just added? I guess I just have to modify this function? Is it this, maybe? Any system that stores a texture. I don't think anywhere's storing a raw texture, is it? Maybe somewhere. The menu background is a texture. That's it. That's the only thing. Well, there's also this hitbox debug sprite. I guess. Would I instead make this a unique pointer? I don't know how you write that. Oh, it's shared pointer, I guess. And then here you'd grab it from game. I'm guessing. Sure. Why not? That is a little annoying, because it means I'll have to instantiate it in the constructor. Why are you confused? Do I need to include shared pointer? You forgot that include memory. Dude, I don't know how you remember that. Alright, so let's just do... Oh, it's, sorry. Alright, so then maybe I just... I really wish Alt-O actually worked faster than me just manually going back to the file I was just in. Yeah, I've been using the back-forward mouse buttons because it's faster, but sometimes it's just... I wish Alt-O was just instant. Because, look, it's thinking about it, like it could be, but it just only if it's feeling like it, you know? It's really hard to store, like, 60 strings in memory, I guess, you know? Must be rough being Microsoft. I guess it's just one of those cases where they're like, people's computers are fast enough, let's just fuck it up. Dude, you should try using the back and forth function in Xcode. Sometimes it works the best if you use the really broken, like, two-finger gesture that only works on some part of the pad and only sometimes. And also it plays an animation when it switches, but the other ones don't. Android Studio has a fantastic cursor history. What? You did the new quest in RuneScape. You killed 2 of the new mobs released with it and got a unique item drop. Dude, what's the drop? If you do change to an asset manager, and have it hold a reference to the file system, then you'll probably not have to pass in the file system to most systems. You could just pass the asset manager. Yeah. I'm trying to think, the file system's usually just used for textures right now, right? That'd be nice. So this should be image, right? A staff in between the Ibans and the Trident, charged with Chaos and Earth Rings. That's sick. Dude, that's a game changer for Iron Man. You go from Underground Path at level like 40 to like, what is it, like 90 something Slayer, or whatever you can do Kraken. 85, I don't know. Iron Man stuff, yeah, that's sick. Also good for early accounts. I didn't want to get a Trident for a while. You got a good mill for it, damn. More valuable than a Trident. I guess it's new. That's sick. Isn't this quest like late game? Or you really want the raw image, caching the whole texture is better. Sure. Dude, this person loves fucking Hoshino. Very mid-game quest, the mobs are like level 100. Oh. It's not a Grandmaster. I'm gonna actually, I guess it's leading up to Guffix. Where? Your ranks to an Iron Man who'd been there for a few hours. Did you do the like fingers in your ears, tongue out emoji and laugh and say lol iron? Just get the drop. Sorry, does game not have a reference to a file system? I thought game had one. Does game not have a file system? No, it does. It's just confused. Okay, it's just confused, that's fine. Hang on, what do I need to change? Let me go through. The code needs to change to create a graphics image. This thing. Hang on, let me read what you just wrote. Check the constructor for texture and you'll see. The code in load texture needs to change to create a graphic image and pass that in. What? Oh, these are the constructors. It takes an image and options. Oh. And you were saying before average is 07 scaper music. Sorry. If you want, I can play classical piano. It's that. It's like the two programmer stream soundtracks, right? Weeb remixes or like Mozart. Sometimes Weeb Mozart. He then said he'd been there for a few hours and you TP'd away. Very funny. Lamau, I got dropped. Or Eurobeat. This is basically Eurobeat. It's not that far. Double the BPM. Anyway, you were saying that this... Does this pass... How does this work? You were saying something about how this passes in something as the first constructor. What were you talking about? How does this work? Arguments with the object constructor. So Sorry, let me read what you've written. I get that texture needs to have an image passed in. So does this, instead of being a string, need to be... Let me read what you've written. It needs to construct a image with the file system and the file path and pass that in. Oh, what? Just like here? Wait, hang on. What does texture need again? It needs a... Come back. It needs an image and options. So right now we have these options, so this needs to be the image. I just shove it in here. Oh, you updated your example. Dude, this song slaps. I haven't heard this one. A year ago? Fuck, dude. Dude, this song's great. Does it though? Do you not like it? How are you, Audrex? I've just been trying out different music lately. This isn't Suisse, it's okay. It's a little Suisse-ish. I realised I've listened to nothing but instrumental for the last 10 years, so I was trying to experiment a bit. No, but I don't want to be the guy. No, sorry. Do I have like a weeb avatar, maybe? Would you not only lose interest if I was listening to banging VTuber music, but if I also had a cute, like, animated dog girl in the corner? I don't know how the volumes are, by the way. I've been, like, jumping it up and down. I'm guessing it's all over the place. Okay, this thing is hating it. What are you complaining about? Textures is not to... Textures exists in game. I can even control click on it. Is it in private? That shouldn't matter, should it? What if I shove you in public? Maybe that makes you happy. No, you don't need to be public, dude. You wouldn't have clicked the stream with a VTuber thing. Look, I'll pause it. I'll put on... Hang on. I'll put on some real bangers. Check this out, alright? You're not prepared for this. Just... It's oddly silent, right? Just you ready? Nothing says banger like watching Steamake and GCC going at it. You hate the song and always have, and you hate that it became the meme song. I like it. It reminds me of when you took me around Portsarim for the first time, Tommy. 100 years ago. Oh, I need to update, what is it? Somewhere's taking this shit. Render actor system. It's grating. Alright, I need to think of something else. Alright, hang on, I'll come up with something. Okay, how about this? Do you want to listen to this for an hour? This works, right? Decides to try out modern C++ because you've been on the Rust train for a while. After spending 30 minutes with CMake, I want to end it all. How does it differ from Rust? I've never done anything in Rust. It's really hard not to do a little bob. You type cargo new, cargo run. Hell yeah. How do I reference a shared pointer? Does that make you happy? That looks like a dereference. Fuck, that's not a dereference. Oh, .get. Hang on, how does that work? Does it get whatever's... there. Okay. Bum. Bum 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 bum. Bum bum. Bum 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 bum. Bum bum. Bum 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 bum. Oops, I did a little oopsie whoopsie. Forgot the semicolon. Oops. Oops. Bum ba 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 ba. If it was null pointer, wibbly blop wouldn't be allowed because you'd be dereferencing null. Ah. Good old .get, huh? Rust hate is memed about everything being behind an arc, and then found out you do the same but worse and call it a shared pointer. Oops. Oops. Okay. Have any of you realised we've been listening to this for 3 minutes yet? How does arc work? My Rust knowledge is 0. Okay, I know what I can listen to that you'll all love. Everyone here is over the age of like 25, right? Hey Bowser. Alright, check this out, gamers.
It's me, Mario.
Now I feel like programming, although I feel like I need to change the font. No, typeface, sorry. Does this put you in a programming mood, chat? A chorus stream. Oh yeah, the famous programmer. Could put Luna's theme on, maybe. Oops, it's private. It's just an atomically reference counted pointer. It is exactly the fucking same. How, again, Rust idiot here. How in depth do you get with pointer logic in Rust? Or is it basically just the same as you do it with C++? Or modern C++ at least. Tom, you got the... Oh. Have you done the new Iron Man quest yet, Bowser? What on earth are you complaining about? Oh, I've really fucked something up. Why on earth do you have a space? I didn't give you permission to have a space. No, wait, maybe I'm not stupid? Why do you exist? Hang on, why are you like that? I didn't give you permission to look like that. Arc. I need to skip off this. Like the constant like pauses for your rap one-liner are ruining my head. Depends on what you're doing. You can only use raw pointers in unsafe Rust. Oh my. Programming sure is a fun language we all speak, huh? You can only use raw pointers in unsafe Rust. It's the same concept as in C++, except safety checked, and they sugarcoat references and pointers by calling it borrowing. That's cute. I like it. Excuse me, may I please borrow your static const expr void vector standard shared unique colon 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 asterisk asterisk colon asterisk template size t a semicolon. What do you lot listen to when you're programming? Or when you're working? But let's be real. Hey, the program works. It's a shame that copyright exists, because otherwise we could listen to some killers. Unfortunately, you're not allowed to. Companies want to make money for their product or some rubbish. I have a DM. No, I don't. Alright. Let's go back to the issue that I proposed about an hour and 40 minutes ago. I don't know when we got on this tangent. I wanted to make it so... Okay, so right now, we have the debug overlay, right? I want this to be an example of how we can add and remove systems. Is it stupid to make this... Sorry. Is it stupid to make play systems, instead of a standard vector, just make this like a standard map? Or unordered? Tech Lead is playing new metal this week. Say that for now. Yo. We could play some Undead Corporation. They tend to be quite safe. This is a bit like Undead Corporation. Is this that stupid? This is where you suggest having two vectors, one with current and one with next, and filling them with systems created on the fly. Well, that's how we currently have that, except it's a span. I guess this could be... let's just give it a go. This music's making me willing to try all sorts of things. Dude, this music is so good. Koji Kondo, like, my king. Can you believe the man was being paid like nothing for all the music he made? Because I can. Classic salaryman. I like that. Let's go with that. That sounds poggers. It completely shits in the face of everything I was talking about at the start of the stream, but let's just go with it, you know? Who cares? Imagine if refactoring worked in my text editor. Maybe I should play Mario 64. Maybe that's what I need to do. None of this programming nonsense. Yo. What's the difference between empty and clear? Oh no, wait, empty checks if it is empty. Is empty, right. You don't need to ask questions in C++. Empty. Box empty? The phoneme is implied. Although I do think it would be easier if you had the upside down question mark at the start. Be a bit more clear. Yeah, because I guess... Well, this would just be menu pointer, right? Beep 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 beep. Ba ba da 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 da. Ba ba ha ha. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Pom 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 pom. Pom 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 da da da. It didn't like that. Okay, whatever. I'm just gonna control V. Get out of here. Why do you look like this? Oh, I see why you look like this. Oops. Oh god. Oh god. Oh no. No. I should have this bookmarked in case I'm doing something really tedious. Okay, good. The soundtrack version's short. There's no need for me to go back one and then loop that forever, right? Ah. Right after Anxiety, the release. Can you explain that, Donut? This isn't right. Oh, I see. This might be my favourite song on the soundtrack. What about you lot? It's got to be Dire Dire Docks, right? This is fine. Okay, forgive me for my code for a second, but you get what I'm pointing at, right? So the idea being that you... what code we're called set systems. We're using it in a lot of places right now to say, like, we were using it to say, like, go to the pause screen, like, pause the game, start the game, main menu. So when we were switching between the three vectors before, I still like to keep it as a, I just had on the tip of my tongue, I just had a great, very posh sounding word for it. They should just call the respective load functions. Well, I was gonna say, like, I like that I forced this right now. I guess I could shove this in update, maybe. So maybe I could do this. So every system and current systems call stop. Set the systems. Maybe that? That probably works. I guess it does the same thing functionally. That's fine, I think. I like this paradigm. That was the word I was thinking of. I like this paradigm. I think on stop and on start are such handy things to have. It's just, it's nice. This could be like, you know, unloading and shit if we had to. Like, it's nice to have. For whatever the reason might be, it's good to have a handler at this point, even if it's useless for most things. It's really useful to have. Said lots of things there. Anyway. This is definitely like a close second. Or maybe this is my favourite. No, I think Diadox then Cool Cool Mountain, right? Chat, do you not have a tier list for the Mario 64 soundtrack? Be honest with me. Oh, this is weird. Whatever. The slider theme's so good. The banjo one. Yeah, that's the slider one. So chat, how many potential new viewers do you think are going to terrify and frighten with my cute anime girl avatar? Has the Rust man left? You're not still here, are you? Surely you've left by now. Look, this spooky music. No one would stick around for this. 70%. How does 70% of one person work? But do you think I'll gain mysterious new viewers who are like, yo, is that a cute girl? And they're disappointed when they say it's just me. It's like the Twitch version of clickbait. Man, this looks great. Oops, what's that? What's up with that? I thought I was setting stuff at spawn. Load menu systems. You prefer avatars that match the person? I don't know. I always grow to like it. Like Chirino TV has a Chirino Live 2D. I always thought it looked kind of cool. Sip. Next system stop clear. This should just work, right? Oh, hang on, this is just an infinite fucking loop. Oops. No wonder it's confused. Is it? No, it's not infinite loop, but it runs twice. It's unnecessary. I feel like this should work. Like, maybe I could shove this up at the top? But that seems unnecessary. Update should just run the next frame. Okay, I'm gonna test something. If I pop this... I'm wondering if update just doesn't work the way it should. If I do this, does it work? Because this might match the bug we were getting before when we were adding new systems. I'm hoping this does just it doesn't fix it. Okay, that's fine. Alright, why does this not work? For every system in current system, update it. Breakpoint time. Let's see. Update is being ran, surely. It's not crunching, right? Oh, this song frightens me. Was this used anywhere except in the mansion? Why did Super Mario 64 have to have the most frightening level in gaming history? Like the horrible piano? Was it necessary? For the enjoyment of children. Okay. There seems to be no systems. There's no systems in current systems. Huh? I wonder if I'm adding them and then clearing them and it's just deleting them incorrectly. Standard move, next systems. This has some stuff in it. Is this not right? If there is content. Oh, I'm stupid. Oops. Today in C++, I forget a single character, and it breaks the entire program. Tonight I'll put bottom gear. Autumn forgets a semicolon. James forgets an exclamation mark. And Jeremy Clarkson's racist. Yeah, that's fine. I can switch that around. This was just copy and pasted over. It's fine. Okay, how about this? Donut, is this silly? Okay, listen, hear me out. It might be stupid. If I want to add... Oh, hang on. No, maybe I can just... Can I just do this? Can I just do, Hang on, I was going to do something a bit more stupid, but maybe this is fine. Can I just get this out of here? Can I just plonk it in, like, directly? Can I just, like... Maybe I'll even put it in here. I was gonna say, should I should I add it? Should I make next systems equals current systems dot copy and then something in here and then put? That's stupid. I can just put it in here. Maybe this works. Now we're using a whole new vector. Love a vector, huh? Okay, this is not... Pausing no longer works. That's great. Need to fix that. Why isn't this working? Oh, no, hang on, this won't work. Because this still needs to be outside. This should be like this. So if there's the flag, whatever, add this to next systems. But then this would delete everything. So maybe what I was saying would be right. Or maybe I just put it under here as current systems. Like this. Maybe this is fine. Hang on, how does this work? How am I going to delete it? No, this isn't right. You're missing a second if. Hang on a second. This is not correct. Hang on. So this is just a flag to toggle it on or off. So then we toggle it. Here we need to, like, actually do it. Yeah. But I also need to be able to remove it. How do I know to remove it? Because current systems isn't a map. I don't remember why... What was wrong with making it a map instead of a vector? No to remove something that isn't that. Yeah, but it will be there if you're... Look, okay, let me just show you maybe what I mean, unless I'm wrong. You should be able to toggle it on and off. And if you want to turn it off, you have to remove it, you see. The only code here that removes systems is in the clear function for next systems. Oh yeah, see? So successfully can turn it on, that's poggers. But you can't turn it off. See? You see? Do you hear this bit, maybe? I don't know if that's getting picked up. Nearly there, though. I need to fix this not being able to pause thing. That's kind of annoying. How does pausing not work? Load pause systems. Why doesn't this work? Load pause systems. You could load the settings menu systems. I guess technically you're only going to be turning it off and on in the menu systems right now. Well, my next question was going to be, how do I know what the current system is? Because instead of having an identity, like it being the menu or the pause or the play, it's just a system, so how would I know which function to run? You know? But I guess if it's just happening in the menu, I can just load the menu and just hard code it, that you're only ever going to change it in the main menu. I don't like that though, because, dude, I'm going to need to be able to... No, I don't like that. I need to be able to add and remove systems. That was the whole point of this exercise. Was so, in like gameplay, I can add and remove systems as necessary. Like if I want to add a system that fills the screen with hats or something, you know, whatever. Covers the screen in oranges. I like the ability to add and remove systems. Right now we can just add them. Context variables. What? Remember those? I do. You're saying any system that I may want to add or remove, I should make it context. Because I'm just thinking as well, like, with pause to play, these two functions are exactly the same. So if I could work out, if I could add the ability to add or remove things arbitrarily, pause systems could just be play systems, but without the collision and stuff. You want to view it as fairly immutable. The context variables are what determine the runtime state. I guess technically I could make the debug. I could make the debug overlay an entity. Like I could make it a component that's in the registry. But then I guess that's functionally the same as making it a context variable, right? Like I could make it so the debug overlay system is always there. Like it's, you know, everyone has the debug overlay. Maybe it's part of the HUD. But I only draw the debug overlay if an entity exists in the thing, or if, you know, draw debug is true. What do you think? Maybe that's fine? Because then, yeah, maybe I could pick and choose. Maybe some of the debug overlay could be visible to users, like the FPS. And I can say which bits to draw. Alright, here's a thought. Could I just have a context variable for each part of the render overlay, the debug overlay I might want? Because right now, sure, why not? It's so nice when you say that. Right now I have, we could say draw hitboxes and draw FPS, and those could be like two booleans. I could integrate this. Oh, what's this? I don't want a game over sound. We could extract the stuff from this and shove it in like the render HUD system. Or whatever. Yeah, let's do that. Fuck it. I'll make these tied to context variables, and I'll shove these in, I guess, HUD. I think everyone has HUD, right? So you can go in here. Actually, what was this all about? Goldenrod. Okay. Render debug overlay system. I'm gonna grab you. I guess this texture should be in the thing. Just go there manually. Where's the laughing? Kind of cursed hearing it without the laughing. I'll shove it in the HUD because I feel like it. How about that? One less thing to have to copy and paste around. It does make the HUD system a bit bigger. And maybe I'm just feeling like that right now. Maybe I can't be asked. I think it's fine. You're unnecessary. Alright, how does context variables work again? I forget. Have I written it somewhere? Context variables.hpp. I'm using game state as a context variable. I guess I could have struct debug overlay. So it's either this, or I make a bunch of individual ones. I think this is fine. Because then I can just skip all of the checks. If there's no draw debug overlay, there's no reason to check to see if I need to draw any of the elements. Maybe? Just whatever, who gives a hoot? Let's go with this for now. This is fine. You just literally do it like this, huh? Completely forgot about game state. I guess I could get rid of the toggle thing then and just use this. No. Does erase throw an error if it doesn't exist? I'm assuming it's fine if it doesn't exist. Have fun. That was quick. I'm guessing this does a null pointer check, right? No. Is it just that? Because that would be if it's not null. No, that'd be if it is null. Hang on, what's wrong with this? I guess it's not. Oh, you'd have to do find. Does find give you a pointer if it does exist? Hey RNG, the type can't change at runtime, so yes, it's always a pointer. Hmm. That's unnecessary, right? You can just do this. So does this work? Yeah, that works. Sick. Hello? Assuming hitboxes and FPS are nullable. They're just booleans, but the actual thing they're stored in is nullable. So this... I mean, this could be true by default, whatever. But, like, I wanted to make it so... if you have any debug variables on, then it will do all the checks to see if it should draw FPS or draw hitboxes or whatever. Because this could have a lot of if. This could have, like, you know, many different things to check through. So I just skip all of it if the user hasn't got any of them toggled on. And this way I don't just have a bunch of individual floating empty structs. I think I prefer this somehow to just having like 50 separate structs. Clutters up the namespace, I guess, as well. You would personally name them show FPS and show. Well, I was considering that, and that's why I called it draw. So it's like draw FPS, draw hitboxes. But otherwise I just call it debug overlay and show FPS. I did consider it. I don't like it though when you have a object and they have like 1,000 member variables and they all start with the same couple letters. It seems that's an error of naming. And because this is, I've called it draw debug overlay, the implication is that everything in here is a draw flag. So having them all start with the exact same couple letters seemed silly. Anyway, I need to pass in this. That's true, but draw could be interpreted like they have something to do with drawing. I mean, I could name it to show. And also it does have something to do with drawing. What do you mean? Do you separate the word draw from drawing? I don't understand. Display? Do you not think it's the same? So I could call it show debug overlay, but then I like what I've done. I'm not gonna argue about it. I think I'm happy with this. This all looks good. You just need one of these boys. And then render HUD system in game needs to have the main font plugged in. Someone looked bad though. I think this is what I had, right? You had the game being passed in, alright. She has the same sort of problem too. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it because I understand it, and this is how I would write it, so it's fine. There's more to worry about in life than that. And you can get hung up forever on like draw, show, all that stuff. Syntax. Oh, whoops. You don't know if Fuchi will understand it. This is the syntax this is the way I've been writing it for like a decade. Wait, no, wait. This is the way I've been writing it since I was like a teenager. So longer than a decade. So I'm hoping future me will continue this trend. Maybe not, but we'll leave it for now, you know? There's so little time in the present to be worrying about such little things about the future. Sure, like, you know, overarching themes you can worry about, but little things like this, just we can refactor in the future if I start to get confused by my own writing. Alright? It's 10:30 at night. It's okay. It's okay. The best name is the one you probably first came up with, because it's the one that you usually will first come up with. You don't exist. That must be a rough thing to find out, right? The programmer that's creating you just occasionally just says you don't exist and just deletes you. Can I just, like, delete all of this shit? Are you necessary? How about... Why are you complaining? Oh, in CMake. This thing. Changes were detected. What? Okay. Staff roll? I never get to hear this. This is like the end of speedrun song. Sure, donut. Okay, something's gone on in here, I can tell. Oh, Subto. What's the best way to learn C++ efficiently? I mean, the best way to learn it officially is to sign up to, like, a course where a qualified member of staff teaches you, probably. Donut, my brother, I'm not new to this. Don't forget. YouTube tutorials is probably fine, yeah. I think for me, I think it's easiest to learn by doing. So I'd say, maybe it's what Donut will say, but just giving yourself like a project to start with is probably the best way to go. I think just reading and reading and trying to remember is heart-achingly boring. And I think it's a terrible way to learn. But doing, even if it's just copying something you see and then writing it down word for word, you learn them, I think, quite well. That's not a hot take, I think that's the modern teaching method, but in school you're always taught to just read brainlessly. I don't think it's, I think that's the best way to teach a class of 40 kids, when you're just one teacher. But if you can just watch a tutorial and follow it, that's fine as well, I think. Why are you complaining? Oh. You need to be updated. Good luck, dude. Oh. Why are you playing? Oh. Wait, hang on. Why are you complaining? I don't know why you're called circle texture. Try not to think about it. Ah, I see. You used to be a chef pointer, and you're not, right? You're an embedded guy using only C for 2 years. Oh, you'll be good. You need C++ for a project, but you guess you need it for lifetime, so you'll get serious. Ah. If you're an experienced programmer with C, I don't think you're gonna have any bloody issue. You know what you're doing. Much more so than me, I reckon. What's your programming history? What are you complaining about? Oh, yeah. Still get, of course. I'm gonna put on Zelda and sleep again. Yeah. I love this playlist. C, Python, and Android Java. Oh, a fellow Androidy. Hello. Rare. I reckon with your experience, you just pick up some basic project off YouTube, do it for a week, you'll be fine. Because sometimes you get people asking, and it's maybe their very first time trying programming, and you sort of have to train them to know that it takes a lot longer to start than they think. You've already been doing C for 2 years. I can't imagine you'll have any problems just starting, just getting going. Hey, look, donut. That's cool. Oh, I never worked out why pausing didn't work. Yeah, continuing does. I bet I can fix that. Hang on. Maybe it unpauses itself instantly? Game pause. Game continue. Game resume. Load pause systems. Now, why doesn't this work? I feel like maybe it's instantly unpausing. So if I get rid of resume, do you think it's going to pause properly? I feel like we must have had that flag there on purpose. What you making? Shoot 'em up. Hello, Ark. Oh, good advice, Donut. Okay, that didn't fix it. Interesting. Game pause. Show me how you're being ran right now. You press the pause button. Why are you doing this? You don't have to do that. You can do this. So this is game pause. How is show continue menu being used? It's just being ran like that. Maybe this will fix it then. Oh, wait, hang on. No, I see the issue. Was there a different problem? Yeah, I'm realizing it's this. Because before what we were doing was checking to see if the game was in play. I guess I really maybe I should be using a context variable for this, but yeah, how about we just get rid of this? It does mean that if you want to unpause, it takes half a second. I'm not comfortable with letting people just frame advance the game though. That seems a little hacky. Like if I don't have a like a half a second lag here, I guess this doesn't really stop that. It just makes it a bit more tedious. How does Touhou deal with you pause advancing, or does it not do anything? Can you just... Oh, it works. In Touhou, can you just spam escape and like... Actually, maybe I've fixed it by forcing you to press space. There might be a small delay. Here, I don't know if you can hear that. Even though I'm spamming escape, it still forces you to wait like half a second. Oh, you can pause from the... Oh. You can pause in the continue screen. That's not right. Isn't that what you have now? Yeah, I think that's fine. I think the current whatever is fine. Hang on, how did that work? Yeah, you can pause in the continue screen. That's not right. Why is that allowed? Hang on, can you pause on the pause screen? Is that what this is doing? Does this let you pause on the pause screen as well? Like if I spam pause, do you see it like stuttering for half a second? Maybe. If I spam escape, I think it's letting me pause on the pause screen. So yeah. How do I fix that? Should I just make a context variable for game being paused? But then it means that I have more like states to tie into context variable. I don't know if I want to do that. I don't like that. I like the current way that systems just work. I don't like the idea of there being a flag for that. Yeah, you know what? Why? Let's just do the context variable. Sure. Take me there. Can you hear the music okay? I'm guessing you can. I'll just have it in the game state even. How does this currently work? Why paused? Well, I mean, I can... The boolean's not the right side. Dude, you'd be horrified by Swift, where it has... For visibility, it says is hidden. You would poop your boots, I swear. Oh wait, you wanted to check if you were in the gameplay state or not? Yeah. What's wrong with this? Paused is false is the same as gameplay is on? Question mark? I mean, I can rename it, you know, like game active or playable, or is, you know, is the game active? I thought just paused, you know, very simple. I can check. And then when you know what, I'm just going to do this. I don't need to explain it to you. I've always got a game state. There's always a game state. And it's only ever there at the start. You have pause to intrigue on the main menu. Yeah, that seems fine. Alright, you're just being... Okay. Let's see. Game... Resume, game pause. Da, da, da. How do I get the context variable a bit? Yes. You associate it with being in the pause state. I think the game's paused if you're in the main menu. I'm gonna do it inside here. Oops. Now I have another thought. You know how before we had those menus, right? We had the main menu, the pause menu, continue menu, the gameplay menu. Could I make that a literal state? Like an enum or in or whatever. Because right now, you'd be able to press escape off the... I'm going to implement it like this. You could, but what would that solve? It would let me separate the continue menu from the pause menu. So I would allow people to press escape on the pause screen to get back to gameplay, but not press escape on the continue screen. If I have a game state boolean for it being paused or not, that would be true if it's the continue menu's showing, or if the pause menu's showing. But I want different behaviors. And I don't want to have multiple booleans, like is paused, is continued. I don't like that. And anyway, I already have these functions right now for like set up blast systems, so maybe I could just pop it in there. So it's like a little flag. If you need to check what state of gameplay is currently going on. I like that. It seems very handy, because I was already doing that before, right? I was doing the like, if the contents of this vector is the same as the contents of that vector, then it means it's in play. I think it's handy to be able to check on a whim. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to call it... I hate using the word state. It's not right. Let's just call it state for now. If you can come up with a better name, let me know. Oh, he likes it. There you go. If you can come up with a better name, let me know. I hate you the word state, because everything's a fucking state. I'm just echoing the name of the variables we used to have. Maybe game state needs to change. This is basically like a super static one-off hyper super friend. I don't know if like maybe like level game state. Yeah, let's leave it for now. I get you. I think it's a little stupid. Look, it'll even be funny. We'll make it always start on the main menu. That'll show him. I can't construct anything in my world. Alright, this is fine, I think. I think you'll be happy in a second when you decide you are. Yeah, I think this is fine. It's just complaining. Alright, game. We want it here. Take me to your game. We want load play systems. Blah 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 blah. I'm gonna have a helper function for it called this is gonna be called a stupid name on purpose. Alright. Don't at me. Does this return a pointer, right? Can I just directly go like... Can I just do that? Returns a reference fine. Oh, and the reference is fine, right? Am I allowed to do this? Or should I do find? I just want to set it in state. I kind of like having stupid names like this. Maybe it's okay to have fun. Get assumes it exists. Yes, it will exist. It always exists. I was sort of banking on it always existing. Because it's done... It's like the first thing that's ran in the constructor even. Is it in the constructor? Yeah, it's in the constructor. I mean, I can even shove it at the top, so it's literally in the constructor at the top. I think this is safe enough. Don't at me, but if someone deletes the game state, I really kind of want it to crash. Yeah, I think using get here is safe. I assert that it's fine. So if it's paused, game resume. I'm not doing a switch. I'm not doing a switch. I'm not doing a switch. Don't worry. Just these two. Ooh, corrupt memory. I like that. Let's leave it in. Let's get a little spicy. I want there to be a small chance that it like wipes your hard drive if you play the game incorrectly. This is not always going to be the case. Dude, it's already 11 o'clock. Time flies when you're fucking about and not doing anything. Are there many programmers that stream at a 90-degree angle? Because don't loads of people program at like a 90-degree angle? Oh, cock. Like, a lot of people like tilt their monitors on the side. Are there like a lot of streamers that stream with that in mind? I was thinking like, wow, it would be kind of rough if you were used to that and then you wanted to stream your programming. You don't think most programmers have their monitor that way? It's actually a meme. It always sounded kind of cool. Like, this is so much wasted space. Vertical would be kind of nice. Although I do often have like 5 windows open at the same time. But you know, then at that point you just have like the bottom half and the top half and it'll be even better. Maybe. Except for the sidebar would take up a lot of space, I guess. Why are you complaining, dude? Oh, you want a pointy or a reference? Sorry. Oof. Alright, the escape button no longer works. Oh no, it worked here? Hey, it's kind of cool. Oh, you know why it doesn't work? I think it's the time last pause variable. So, I think. Dude, I love Ocarina of Time. Did I forget to set that? Oh, it could be this as well. Oh, hang on. No, wait, this is an issue. It is initialized, isn't it? Go to main menu. Load menu systems. It loads as the main menu. And then the main menu, when the game starts, loads play systems, which sets it to gameplay. Why doesn't that work? It should be something simple, I think, because it works once you've continued. Game state is paused. Resume. Game state is gameplay and pause. That should just work, right? Oh, hello. What do my tags mean? I'm English. How do you chill? Pop myself in the fridge. I don't know, I haven't looked at my tags since they added them. Chill, British, comfy English. Oh god, no wonder no one's watching. I don't know. A lot of Twitch streams are quite loud, aren't they? So I guess I was like, I'll let everyone know that I'm not that loud. People will like that, surely. What do you think? So hello, Hoff. I wonder why this isn't working. If you pause... Time lost paused is 0, so if this is less than this, which it will be, and it's gameplay time, maybe this isn't in gameplay. I can just print it, I guess. are you sad? How about instead you actually run, perhaps, if you think about it? That's really what you want to do. You want to build. You were just feeling a bit shy. No, it's not shy. It's actually confused. Ah. You can't pass it to print. Can I just get, like, the enum value? I mean, I should probably make this get, first of all. Static cast it to in. Let's try that, maybe. How does it work with format? Do you have to override, like, formatable or something? Just realizing that these chill, comfy tags do not work when I'm streaming OC. It does not seem to be printing. Oh, output? Am I stupid? Can I just do int, maybe? Should go to the terminal. Oh, you need to do print L. Hang on. Oh, ln. Oops. Yeah, I forgot that it halts it. I'm used to stuff printing when it says print, you see. Dude, it's so nice. It's starting to get cold again. I'm actually a comfortable temperature. It's a rare. State 0, State 3, State 1, State 2, State 1. Okay, so the game's not correctly being set into the gameplay state. So I guess, why is that? It's 0, it's main menu. So load play systems is not working, or it's not being used. Oh, game state's being cleared. Oh, hang on. Oh, hey, Teach. Thank you for the raid. I've just found out that my object's being reset because I'm resetting it. So that's the excitement you've joined into. How was your stream? What were you up to? Hello, Susak and MJHIKA. Basil? Pascal? Yeah, it's a VS Code. It's VS Code running on a Steam Deck. That's right. Object resetting rate. What were you all up to? What were you watching? That's right. You're watching Steam Deck programming. It's a very special type. Are you streaming from the Steam Deck? No, I've got, this is the Steam Deck, as you can tell. I'm not lying. I have this output to a portable Elgato into my work laptop, and then into a portable monitor. You were doing VS Code extension development. Oh, sick. Hey, Sly. Hey, Seven. A Kodi plugin. What's the plugin for? Did you see a fellow sufferer of Microsoft and think, oh yeah, that will be good? I promise you I don't constantly complain about the performance of this thing on the Steam Deck. A powerful gaming machine, barely capable of running it. It's a Sourcegraph AI product. You what? Where's Sourcegraph? Kodi AI? What the fuck is this? Oh, is this what the plugin's for? Kodi answers code questions. Yo, it's like Donut. Do you lot not have a donut? Hang on, let me fetch him. This is my AI. See, watch this. It's a really powerful AI. Do you lot not have this in... Oh, there you go, see? Incredible. You lot not... You haven't seen this one yet. Alright. How's progress going? I've never watched, witnessed, felt, experienced Visual Studio Code plugin development. What do you write it in? It's an Electron app, right? Or are the plugins written in like WouHou or something? How does it work? I haven't done Electron development. TS, TeamSpeak. TypeScript. Ah. TypeScript's like it's like Java 2.0, JavaScript 3.0. It's like C++, I hear. TeamSpeak script. Thank you. Tomato sauce, sorry. Let's go. Sorry, you made me lose track of what I'm doing. I just realized that maybe game state should be a separate struct to this thing that I'm doing. Because maybe the main menu doesn't need to know how many continues or what level you're on. So maybe I could have level state. It could be like the overarching game state. And it can have a function, it can have an enum called state, so you have game state. The enum itself could be a context variable. Yeah. Why not? Yeah. Alright, you know what then? Let's hack everything up. Let's have game state here. And have level state. How about that? Don't tell anyone how I'm coding. Now we're cooking. Hell yeah. For now, please don't tell anyone what I'm about to do. Probably the easiest crime I've ever committed. And then what I can do, you see. That's right. This old funny thing. You don't need to exist, I'm afraid. Sorry. You can actually be like this. What's this piano? This is Game Chops, Zelda and Sleep. It's if you don't know Game Chops, it's a really good label. I don't think it's one. I think it's a group of artists. They do royalty-free video game remixes. They have a lot of piano covers, yeah. I like the Zelda in Sleep. They have a lot of like Nintendo product and chill. They're very good. I recommend it. A lot of them are hours long as well, so you can just shove it on and forget about it. And they're good quality. I like it. They're cozy. Alright. That's good, that's good, that's good. Alright, Donut. I'm guessing I don't need this then. I just have the enum, and it's just stored as game state, right? So you're not right. Whoops. I wish it would remember if I'd done replace, because I'm usually doing find and replace. There must be a way to fix that, right? So game state is, instead of .get, am I just doing like in place or something? .set? In place, probably, right? Does that replace whatever's there if I do .in place? I'm guessing so. Alright, who's confused? Level state, no, you don't need that. You need game states. Don't need this. You go here, and you go here. Yeah, for context vars, it's like get if exists, otherwise in place. In place is get it exists. That is odd. Does in place work to replace what's already there? Right? Like what I've done is fine, surely. Hang on, let me have a look at this. Level state. Level state has continues and level. Technically, this could just be an entity now. Maybe. In place doesn't... In place by itself doesn't replace, but because you're assigning to it, it works. Oh, right, yeah. So this should work. I guess it's maybe unnecessary. No, actually, this is fine. So this refreshes the level state. I think it's good to separate that. I guess you can do this, technically. Oh, really? It doesn't work the same way. Okay. Well, let's just leave it like this then. Game state pause, pause, pause. Okay. Let's see how it's feeling now then. Those things should be separate anyway. I'm liking these context variables. It's like having a... It's like having static variables, but I feel slightly less bad about it. It's like, oh, technically I could have 2 registries. Ooh. I don't know why I'd be doing that, but I could. That'd be important, I reckon. Should I be raiding people more on Twitch, by the way? I hadn't done it in a while. I kind of stopped doing it. But lately I've been getting raids myself. I feel like I should probably be passing them on when I'm done, right? What was I doing? Oh, it just works. It just works. Yeah, dude, that's sick. Let's see what happens when we run out of continues. Dude, the progress today has been insane. I feel like I've edited relatively few number of lines, but the output from it has felt important. Do you think I should allow people to type in more than 3 letters for their name? I kind of liked it as like a funny alt-like throwback, but like, I don't know, I do kind of like it as a funny throwback. But then again, I could handle it like score, where name is considered to be like up to 8 characters long or whatever. Oh, can you see the frame rate release? Dude, like when I started the stream, I started running the release build, and I left it for 5 minutes and it got 5% in. I'm not gonna wait an hour to build it. I'll do that some other time. Not now. If I, maybe another time. There's no way it takes that long. Maybe it speeds up. Maybe it's not 1% a minute, but it was 5% after 5 minutes. Maybe it's just the first bit that takes that long. There is a... Oh, I guess the HUD's being drawn underneath whatever's doing the darken thing. That's odd. Let's fix that. Dude, this game runs rather well. Like, this is in debug. Not so bad. With not like a ton of optimizations being done, let's be honest. Like, it's not so bad, right? Should I spawn like 50 enemies and make the player immortal? What do you think? Whoops. Maybe you won't get that on the Steam Deck. Let's see what happens. Let's just spawn them in like a diagonal line across the screen. Oh, 10,000 FPS. Maybe not in debug mode on the Steam Deck, no. Let's make the player invulnerable for 2,000 seconds. I'm a little worried. I haven't tried spawning 1,000 enemies yet. 1,000 enemies is a lot. We had 2 earlier. Oh, in release. I wonder what we'll get. It's amazing how terribly running these games with 1,000 times more content are than mine. Alright. Compiles so fast now. It was well worth spending an entire Sunday splitting up the files twice. Alright, 1,000... 1,000 is technically there. I'm thinking the Steam Deck may be struggling just a little bit. Let's cut that down. 1,000 might be a bit much. Let's not do that. Oops. Yeah, you can terminate that shit. Let's try like 50, maybe. Because they are all shooting at the same time, you know? Like, when the player spawns in, they'll all be firing. So it's not 1,000 enemies, it's 1,000 enemies multiplied by every bullet they've got. And then loads of checks to see... I don't remember how the... Possible there's also a bunch of collision detection checks, because right now it's... The player checks against every single bullet on the screen. There's no, like... screen space division or whatever. You can run if you like, as a treat. Okay, it doesn't actually seem to have stopped. How about you actually terminate when you say you're going to terminate it? Yeah, I have some pretty shitty algorithms right now. It's usually fine, though, you know? It's usually fine. Dude, the Linux does not like to actually terminate a program it's claimed to want to terminate. Because terminate usually does kill, right? Why isn't this killing it? Hang on a second. What's it called? What's the manager called? System monitor. Let's grab this. Applications. Which Visual Studio Code is it? Is it the one that's taking 1.2 gigs of RAM? Or the one that's taking 360 megabytes? What do you reckon? Oh, hello. Oh, can I just kill it in the terminal? Yeah, that works. Hey, that worked. Don't know why it wasn't doing that before. Alright, let's try this. Alright, 50 enemies, dude. Wait, hang on, why did they end up going the other way? Wait a second. I guess this is just what 50 enemies looks like. I mean, with 50 enemies, it's not running that much slower than... It's maybe 8 times slower? It's still well above, like, 60. This is debug. Alright, let's, where are we? I multiply by 2. You know what? Let's be funky. I multiply by 4. Let's try 100 enemies. Kinda cool. Dude, I've been streaming for like 3.5 hours. Maybe I have just lost it. Have you thought about that? I do like a full fucking 9-hour workday, and then I'm like, you know what I'm gonna do to relax? Let's program for like another 100 hours. Oh dear. Oh dear. Steam Deck does not like that. Do you think I do need to do some optimization? What's the FPS like? How many enemies is this? It's only 100 enemies. When's it gonna start drawing my frame rate account? Ah, 2. That's not bad. Not bad at all. Alright, let's try the 50 again. 50 I seem to fine with. It's amazing how much choppier 140 FPS feels when you're used to like 1,000. You'd think, I can't really notice. The monitor only draws X number of seconds anyway. No, makes a big difference. Especially like perceived smoothness. Okay, let's have it in unlimited frame rate. 50 enemies at once. It's quite laggy, actually. Main difference is input lag. It does make a big difference though. It seems like the Steam Deck can't handle 50 enemies shooting thousands of bullets at the same time. Maybe we can. Is there some optimization I could do on this? I reckon the debug overlay probably doesn't help. Maybe I can cut that off. Okay, yep. The debug overlay is definitely hurting. And then the longer you wait, the more bullets they shoot, I guess. Yeah, I think it's the collision check. I'll be honest, in gameplay, I think this is unlikely. Because let's say that every, like, 0.2 of a second, they all spawn a bullet. There's probably like 50,000 bullets on the screen. You added a quad tree. Yeah. I was just thinking how, like, if the bullet goes fast enough, does it not just go through the quad? But I guess not. You can probably deal with that. Anyway, I'm just hiding this. And then I think maybe we'll just leave it there for now. It's 11:30. I didn't realise it had gotten so late. But alright, yeah, I'm gonna call it that. How have you lot enjoyed the stream today? I'll find someone to raid. No, I'm not gonna try and release Donut. I've told you it takes a while. I'm gonna go to bed. I'm not gonna spend my time building debug mode or release mode. I will raid next time. I'll raid Krotuck. I haven't raided him in a while. He's playing Hunt. Don't know how many of you are here, but if any of you are there, go say hi. He's playing Hunt Showdown, which is a battle royale against monsters and players. It's fun. I'll see you all tomorrow, I think. I don't know if I'll be programming or not, maybe something else, but go say hi. Bye bye for now.